Good morning. Today's strategy for reading is we are going to be focusing on feeling changing in a character throughout a story and how that leads to how the character develops. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be noticing what happened to the character throughout the book and how what happens causes the feeling to change. We're going to think about how the character is feeling at one point in the story, and we're going to think, is it a positive one or a negative one? Then we're going to use these emojis to track how the character is feeling throughout the story. And if you notice here, we have the beginning, and then at the end of the line, we have the end of the story. So to begin, we are going to fill out our PowerPoint. So, my name is Mrs. Pagos, and the title of the book that we're going to be focusing on is, sorry guys, this one, The Dot. And um, titles of books always get underlined. And I don't know the name of my character yet because I have not read the story aloud to you guys. Now, there's a couple of things I want to note to you. That some of my emojis might not be here. So if that happened, that described my character, I can just type the word in here throughout our beginning and to end line for this story. All right, so let's read The Dot. But let's go back for a second. Um, something some things in life can happen to us that are fun, right? Like we're thinking about we're having a birthday party. Your mom or dad might buy you an ice cream cone, or you learn how to ride your bike by yourself. Chances are that you're smiling and saying, "Yeah, I'm feeling happy." But when something goes wrong, you forget your lunch at home, or you get sick, or someone teases you. Chances are that you're feeling upset. Good and bad things will happen to your characters in the story too. These changes in what happened to them changes their feeling. When you notice a new feeling, you can stop and we're going to jot it on our feeling or on our storyline. Okay. Um, then you are going to go back and you're going to review how the character changed throughout the story. So let's begin reading our story, The Dot. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. So I'm going to stop for a second. So I'm thinking about it. So I'm using what I also know. I know that when I'm with Miss Benavides and art class is over and my paper is empty, that means that I haven't done anything. I haven't drawn anything. And I'm looking at her face and I can see that she feels really, really angry or frustrated. So I'm going to keep reading to see if that matches what I think. Vashi teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Ooh, all right. So now I'm looking at this again. Her face is still matching that frustrated idea that I had from before. And this line right here, I just can't draw, makes me feel that she is very frustrated. So I'm going to go back over to my line. And in the beginning of the story, she is feeling frustrated. So I need to copy this. There's only one there. I need to copy it. All right. So in the beginning of the story, she is feeling frustrated. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Whoa. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave her paper a good, strong jab. There. So when I think about a jab, I think somebody's angry when they do a jab, right? And look at all this red around it, right? I think she's now feeling frustrated, but she's also feeling angry. So the story's going on. Oh, my thing never made a copy. Sorry. Let me go back. Sorry, guys. So see the importance of making a copy and pasting it. So now Vashti is feeling angry. So I'm going to copy it again. And now I have to paste. That's why I made my mistake before. So now I'm further along in the story, right? So I'm not going to put this here with the beginning. I'm kind of heading toward the middle of the story. So she's feeling angry now. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was a little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. So right here, they're telling us that the character is feeling surprised. So again, I'm going to go here and I'm going to see, do I have surprised? I don't. So what I can do is I can insert a text box and I can write the word here. So she's feeling surprised. So in the beginning of the story, she was feeling frustrated. Then she started to feel angry, and now she's feeling surprised because she saw her artwork hanging up. Oh, how pretty is that in that frame? I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never before used set of watercolors and went to work. I'm thinking about this line right here. I can do better than that. And I'm looking at her face. She looks very determined to me that she can do better. All right, so determined is not over here. So I'm going to write that again. I'm going to insert a text box and write the word determined. Vashti painted and painted a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many different colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed the colors with a bigger brush on a bigger paper to make bigger dots. You also notice how the pictures are changing, right? The colors are starting to get brighter, right? Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. Let's look back here for a second. Here she is, and she was going from that frustrated one dot, right, to now she is doing many different types of drawings with these dots. So her feeling is changing, right? She's starting to get a little bit more excited, right? Like, think about it. You do one painting, and then you do another painting, and you do another painting. So you're starting to see that excitement in her. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it because she's starting to become excited as she's painting all these different pictures. Ooh, look at this. She's at some kind of gallery, and these are all her pieces of art. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Look at all those smiles on all those people. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, me. No, not me. I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Let's look at this. Vashti smiled. So when you're smiling, how are you feeling as a person, as a character? You're usually feeling very happy, right? So I'm going to copy happy. I'm going to paste it onto how my character is changing or developing. I'm going to add it to my storyline. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle and she said, "Sign it." that's the end of our story. So I'm going to go back to our character, a feeling change character develop slide. And first of all, I need to add her name. So it's Vashti. Vashti. All right. And I'm thinking this was the end of the story. She was here. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a adjustment to my line. All right. And let's look at this. In the beginning of this story, we had a little girl who was feeling very, very frustrated. And as the story started to develop, right, she became frustrated, and that frustration led to anger for her, right? And she was very, very angry, and she just jabbed that paper and had that one dot on there. But she became very surprised when she entered art class and her teacher had hung up her beautiful dot drawing. She then became really determined, right, to continue these drawings of these different types of dots, and she did a whole bunch of them, right? And she was excited when when all her paintings were up. And at the end of the story, she developed to become a very happy character, right? So at the beginning, she was very frustrated, and she changed throughout this story. And in the end, she became very happy. So what we're doing here is that we're noticing that the character had been changing throughout the story. So the Vashti that we had met in the beginning of the story is not the same character at the end of the story. Just like you guys, you change throughout the day, right? Your feelings continue to change throughout the day. These characters in these stories continue to change throughout the day. So what you're going to do today is you're going to pick a story and you are going to read it. Let's stick with a fiction story. You're going to read this story and you're going to fill out um, this slide just like I had done. You're going to think about your character and how they're changing throughout the story. How are they developing as a character? So here are some emojis. We have happy, sad, frustrated, angry, upset, embarrassed, excited, worried, mad, lonely, shocked. Now, just like me, um, your feeling might not be here. You can just type it in if needed, right? And then you're going to turn this back in to your teacher. All right, have a great day.